Hey, what's up? It's Stefan. It's about 10 p.m. on a Wednesday night, 6 days before our Copy and Funnel Accelerator starts. So I want to get around to shooting this so I can get these videos uploaded. This is what you're going to watch here is me writing a keto offer, the front end of it in real time, so for VSL. And I've got the videos all recorded and logged out for you. Going through research, mechanism, brief, and copy, RMBC, which is something I talk about a lot. What I also did is you'll see, and I'm eating a lot, but I'm tired. It's been a long day. It's 10 at night, so deal with it. But I went through and kind of did it day by day and did a breakdown for you right here in this little time log, which will be included, that shows you on the day, each day, what is it I was working on, as well as the corresponding videos. And a few places I put notes. Honestly, in the future, maybe I'll put more notes, but to start, there weren't a ton. So basically what you'll see, Saturday, March 2nd, I did the research component. It's about 3 hours and 5 minutes. And that was pretty much it for the research. So time spent 3 hours and 5 minutes. And then here are the videos that correspond to it. On Sunday, March 3rd, I started working on the mechanism, spent an hour and 23 minutes on that. I did make some notes. The video is long. I think I would encourage you, I really think it actually would encourage you to watch the whole length of the videos, even though there are some times, especially early on when I wasn't pausing as much, where it might be a little monotonous, but at the same time, like you're literally watching me and my thought process as I did this. So while, it's long, and there may be some times where I'm just sitting there quietly, like muttering to myself and scrolling, I really think that there's actually tremendous value to this, because again, what ultimately happened, as you'll see, is I wrote this entire sales letter in like 17 hours, and I mean from start to finish. And so anyway, Sunday, an hour and 23 minutes on the unique mechanism. I made notes around mid 25. I kind of first came up with the unique mechanism behind the problem that I ended up using in the copy. I had other ideas, but I sort of find an idea and stick with it. And then around minute 36, I break that mechanism into 4 steps, and they aren't entirely fleshed out, but they're getting there. And I kind of create this 4-step logic sequence that I'm going to use as the crux of my unique mechanism behind the problem. And I guess the solution too, to an extent, but at least it ties into the solution. And then with minute 46, I add more to the 4 steps, and they're closer to their final form. So then on Monday, March 4th, you'll see I did some more time on the mechanism stuff. Did I do more on Tuesday too? Yeah. Okay, so an hour and 23 on the mechanism here. I ended up not tallying everything every time. You'll have to forgive me. But basically 10 minutes, and then whatever that is, like an hour and 37 minutes. And I tell you what video it is. And then on Tuesday the 5th, I spent just another, whatever this is, time's not my friend, 48 minutes on the mechanism. And then I was finished. And that video is in the Keto brief one, because I was ready to write the brief, and I went back and decided to strengthen the mechanism a little bit more. So the total time on the mechanism was like 3 hours and 56 minutes. I think that's the longest time, besides writing the sales letter, I spent on anything, and that's because it's so important. And you'll see it as you watch the mechanism videos, but you're going to get like it's a logical sequence. So you'll see the 4 steps, which are, in this case, I can remember them. Like 1, sugar is addictive and making you fat. 2, carbs and sugar are the same thing. 3, so carbs fuck, I can't really remember entirely. But basically, carbs are the same thing as sugar. Sugar and carbs are the same thing. It's 2. 3, so carbs are addictive and making you fat as well. And then I think 4 was like, and that's why nothing you've tried before has ever worked. And then the mechanism of solution is like, so if carbs and sugar are addictive, then you need to like become unaddicted, which means cutting them out, which is where the keto diet comes in. And then ultimately the product will talk about how what makes this version of keto unique is that rather than just jumping right into the keto diet, you're sort of going through a phased withdrawal where there's like fewer carbs happening in the first week of the program. And by doing that, you're able to ease into ketosis while still losing weight right away, and you're not having to you're more likely to succeed on keto. And I make it much more sexy in the copy, so I'll include obviously the copy there as well. So I finished the mechanism Tuesday morning, and I went on to the brief, which I spent, like an hour and a half-ish on Tuesday as well, in the morning to afternoon. And then Wednesday, I spent just another, 32 minutes on the brief, and then I was finished. And you can see that one was in the Keto VSL Part 1 video, because again, I was kind of ready to write the VSL, and that's what I mostly did in that video. But at the start, I was tidying up the brief. But so the brief took me less than 2 hours to do, because I had the research, I had the mechanism, and that's really not that long. Okay, so Wednesday I started with the copy, and I actually wrote, I wrote the lead on Wednesday with the copy. So Wednesday morning I did the brief, and I jumped into the lead. So I did a bit of time on the lead, between 11:36 a.m. and 12:57 p.m., and then like a few more minutes on it. And so that's the same video as the one above. After 20 minutes, I go from the brief to the lead. Thursdays where I just got after it and wrote the entire VSL, which you can say is pretty gnarly, but the thing is, it wasn't that hard to write because it was so mapped out at that point. So see, I started in the morning, really got momentum in the afternoon, then got more momentum in the evening, and then around this time in the evening, I was gonna just stop, but all I had left was the close, and so I just decided, fuck it, let's just finish it. And I ended up being able to write the close really fast, which is another lesson, by the way, which is sometimes when you just need to push a little, it's worth pushing through. So you see the two videos that match that. And so at that point, I'm done. I spent 6 hours and 21 minutes actually writing copy. And then on top of that, make sure that's correct, actually. I believe so. I'll go back and double check that math on that. So like 20 minutes and then 3 hours and 38 minutes, 3 hours and 58 minutes. And then, I'm pretty sure that's right. So 6 hours and 21 minutes. So my whole total time for the first draft was 15 hours and 6 minutes. And honestly, usually for me, because of the process, when I finish my first draft, it's just good. But in this case, it was kind of long. It was like 12,000 plus words, and I really wanted to get it down, so I decided to edit. I had planned on doing the editing like Friday or Saturday. I didn't get to it Friday. Friday night I got drunk, and so Saturday I was hungover all day, and then just also spent time with my daughter, because, side note, my whole thing is if I'm going to be hungover, I'm still going to not be a piece of shit. So I don't want to sound like I just got drunk and was like in bed all weekend, all day Saturday. I got drunk, didn't really feel like writing. I got drunk Friday, didn't feel like writing Saturday, so spent all day with my family. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not an alcoholic. Anyway, so finally Sunday I got to the edits, and I did those between 8:30 and 11:10 a.m. You have the video where I kind of talk about the edits in my process, and like I mentioned, the original draft was like 12,000 words. I wanted to get it down. So I spent 2 hours and 40 minutes on editing, and the total time for the final draft was 17 hours and 56 minutes. So as you go through, watch it, check it out. It isn't 17 hours and 56 minutes of video time, by the way, thank God. It's still probably like 5 or 6 hours, but I paused a lot and came back and stuff like that, especially when I was writing the copy. I didn't write every line of the copy in real time, but I think this will be extremely valuable. So hopefully enjoy it, and let me know if you have any questions on it. All right, thanks guys.